we've only played 7 moves, and white has given up 3 pawns in the first 7 moves. I suppose I'm going to need to convince the viewer a little bit more as to what should happen in this position. Now, do you think we should play quiet moves like h3 in this position?
I'd say quiet moves are a bad idea, because if you're that far behind in material, you really need to make decisive moves, attacking moves.
Attacking moves. And what are we actually going to attack, though? What is...
Well, I'm thinking, based on what we've looked at in some of our earlier DVDs, it's going to be that relatively weak f7 pawn.
Good. The key f7 pawn, which is this one here. And what piece do we have already attacking that pawn?
White bishop on bishop c4, on c4 even.
Good. But it's defended, isn't it, of course, so by the king.
We can't take it yet, no. But there are options, ways we can attack it.
Well, we could do, because we've seen that before. For any of our viewers who've seen the Scotch Gambit, or Giuseppe Piano, we'll see that we could take it. The king could capture back, and maybe we could do a fork like this, queen to d5 check. Now the problem in this position that it doesn't win, because if it attacks the king and the bishop with check, the knight is protecting that bishop, isn't it?
So that doesn't look good for white.
So I did say that in those who watched the Scotch Gambit, look out for this bishop takes f7 move, but it doesn't always work. Now, white's best move is actually to play another move to attack that pawn on f7, yes. How do you think we can attack that pawn?
I suppose, the most obvious way looks like bringing the knight up to g5.
Right, knight g5. Now, this isn't that bad either. It does move a piece more than once in the opening, but we have castled ourselves. And if you've got a lead in development, then you are able to start attacking like this. I think, what can black do?
Black could bring that knight to h6.
Could go knight. Now, this is the move I really don't like to play, because knights on the rim are...
They're not good.
They're not good. Oh, well, I was going to go for knights on the rim are dim. But anyway, knight here on the side, of course, cannot go too many squares. But what it does do is it does defend that key f7 square.
And it allows black to castle.
And it does allow black to castle. Just be a bit concerned that this might be on at some point. But probably black's going to get away with that. I still don't like this for black anyway. But there's a slightly more attacking move, and that's to play queen b3 here.
Oh yeah, that's exciting.
And that's another idea that our viewers should be watching out for. Remember, in Chess on Toast, it's all about the ideas behind the openings. Remember this idea of queen b3, that battery down towards the f7 square. And it's very difficult for black to even defend it. How do you think black could we go knight h6 now?
Well, no, now it would be a bad idea, because the bishop could take it straight away.
Even though it's protected.
Yeah, well, it would destroy the black's king side, and that now you can take that pawn.
That's right, you can play bishop takes f7 check. Not only winning a pawn back, but destroying black's kingside position. Look how that king on e8 would have to run away somewhere.
Completely exposed.
And white would have what we call compensation, which means for the, I believe, only 2 pawns are down now. Yeah. White would have compensation in the form of black's king floating around the board. And black's still unable to develop these pieces. And we've seen that before in chapter 1, didn't we?
We certainly have.